August is over, so it's time to see how we did for the month. Here is our budget report for August 2022. Hey there, I'm Brittany from BrittanyFlammer.com with videos all about budgeting and money saving tips for you and your family. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up our spreadsheet where I do my budget. You can snag it for a couple of dollars in my shop. There's a link down below. Starting with income, my husband is salary, so he makes the same every single month. He is a school teacher and he gets paid for the entire summer at the beginning of the summer. So in June, he got one big chunk of change for June, July, and August. So we took that money that we got in June, put it in a separate online savings account to earn a little bit of interest and to keep it out of sight, out of mind. And then each month when he would normally get a paycheck, we deposited the money into his account. Now, my business made more than planned at $315. I've already subtracted business expenses. However, I still have to pay tithing on it, as well as set aside money for taxes and put money back into my business. So I won't actually get all of that, but see how I divide it up here. Now for interest, we made $99. We have a lot of money set aside in online savings accounts. Our emergency fund is there, as well as all the money we're going to use in the next couple of years. Our house updates, vacations, we have those in online savings accounts, and they earn interest. And now the interest rate's growing up, we're earning more. So normally what I do is I just leave the interest we earn in those accounts, let it accumulate. But since I'm sharing this with you on the web, I want to be as exact as possible. So I'm recording it as income because technically it is income. So our income was higher than planned, $5,590. So let's see how we do with all of our expenses. Our tithing is higher than expected because we earn more than expected. We pay 10% on our gross income, plus some fast offerings, plus some humanitarian aid. So it was a little bit more than we had budgeted. Our mortgage is fixed, $1,300. Our electricity, $1,233. We have solar panels, but we still have to pay a fee a little bit each month to our electric company. Our natural gas is fixed at 72. We take an average for 12 months, so it's the same for 12 months, and then they readjust it at the end of the 12 months, and it's the same for the next 12 months. So this month it was right on. Our water, we went over on our water by $53 because we have a large yard. We have a sprinkler system, but they have new fees. They're charging more. The more water you use, the higher rate you pay. So we went over budget. This is term life insurance for both myself, and my husband. He, with his new job, is now making more money, so we are in the process of getting him a new policy that is higher, but for right now, it's fixed at $44.48. Our car insurance, $88.20. We pay monthly. They take our 6-month payment and divide it up so it's even every month, and then the 6 months sometimes a little bit off. So it's switched to $88. I should log in and make sure that everything's correct there because that seems low, but I haven't worried about it. Phone bill, $30, $15 for my husband's, $15 for my cell. Internet is fixed at $58 for the month. Gas for our cars, we were under budget. We spent $197, so we were $52 under budget, which I feel so good about. School has started, my husband's back working, so he's biking every day. Our kids ride the bus to school. I try to be really conscientious about the errands I run with my youngest. So we did it. I feel really good about that. Piano's fixed for our kids, $150 a month. So overall, we went over by $1.49. Now let's talk about variable expenses. I like to lump ours together because I shop at stores like Walmart or Sam's Club or Amazon, where you can get anything and everything from all different categories. So for me, it's simplest to combine them all together, but then I divide them up by the weeks. So August had 5 weeks, so since it had 5 weeks, I get $215 a week. So I start with $215. Every time I buy something, I just subtract it until I run out, and then the next week I start over. So I lump it all together because that's easier for me. So I was supposed to spend $1,075, and I actually spent $1,143. So I went over by $68. So what I do when that happens is I will transfer that money from one of my savings accounts. Usually it's our vacation fund because that's purely fun. I will transfer $68 from our vacation fund into our checking account to cover that. But first I want to see how we do on the rest of our budget. The only debt we have is mortgage, so I'm going to skip ahead to our savings or sinking funds. Emergency fund, we didn't budget any. We did put 27 in there because this is in its own account and it earns interest. So that's $27 is the interest that we earned. I just keep it in there and let it accrue. So we're at $15,189 in our emergency fund. Our house maintenance, we budgeted $150, we put $150 in, but we spent $550. We had yard service, they come several times throughout the summer. They did a treatment. I spent a lot of money on plants, perennial plants and ground covers, things like that. Might have gone a little overboard, but it's stuff that in the long run doesn't take as much water and will help with weeding, I hope. But we are down to $3,816 in our maintenance because of that. Flooring, we didn't budget any, didn't put any in or spend any. Our vacation, we didn't budget any, we didn't put any in, but we did spend $1,253. My husband ended up going on a trip with youth from our church group that was not planned. It was last minute. They needed him to go and help supervise, so we paid for that. We also, if you'll notice, we do not have any account for medical expenses because we do have an FSA. So before taxes, we have money put into an account for our FSA. And then whenever we have any medical expenses, we pull it out of there. And now that I'm thinking about it, I should include that on our budget. I don't, but we ran out of money in our FSA. So we had some medical expenses. My son chipped 3 different teeth. So we had to have all 3 different teeth repaired. I had a doctor's appointment for an injury and then had to get a prescription. And my husband tripped. So we pulled all of our medical expenses since we don't have since we were out of money in our flex spending, we pulled it out of our vacation fund. So we're down to $7,406. I should include our flex spending. Since he's a teacher, our flex spending goes by the school year. So we just are starting new with a new account. So I should include that. House updates, we put $250. We budgeted for $250, we put $250 in, but we spent $5,235. This is because I mentioned that my husband got paid all at the beginning of the summer, and so we transferred that money into our online savings, and in August, we took it out. We put it in this house update account. We took it out, so $5,000, what did I make? $5,175 of that was for my husband's salary for the month. And then we also, I think we bought a swing for under our deck that we just finished. So now we're down to $30,643, which is still a lot to have in an online savings account. We are planning on adding a garage and we're hoping to do it with that money right there. Car expenses, we budgeted $100. We only put $75 in. It's automatically at $75 transferred. I was gonna go in and do another $25, but I decided to wait and see how our budget was doing before I did that. We didn't spend any, so we are at $703 for that account. Christmas budgeted $25, put $25 in, didn't spend anything. Kids extracurricular, we budgeted $75, put $75 in, and we spent $299. I think I paid for 2 different kids to do sports for this fall, and then we did some back to school shopping. I had money budgeted for that, but we spent more than I had budgeted, so I pulled it out of the kids account because we had money in there. So now we're down to $93 there. Bike maintenance, we budgeted $25, put $25 in, and we spent $96. Extra mortgage payment, I budgeted $100, but then we put $320 in. So all of the money we make from my business I put there, plus our online savings account, we have another one, and all of the interest from that we add into our extra mortgage payment. So now we have $826. I think that's enough that I'm gonna go ahead and make an extra payment. It's worth it to me, and I'm really excited about that. Taxes for my business. I have a savings account where I set aside money for taxes. Didn't budget any, put 47 in. Now the balance is 115. So when taxes are due in April, if we have to pay any, we've got the money there for it. And I should drag down these to make me feel better. Roth IRA, this is for my Roth IRA. My husband's is taken out of his paycheck. We budgeted $350, put $350 in, and I don't track it because it's invested, so it changes. Same with the mutual funds. We budgeted $150, put $150 in, and I don't track it. So As you can see, we have $3.89 left, so I'm not gonna worry. I'm just gonna leave that in there. I'm not gonna worry about making any changes. Every single month I do a budget at the beginning of the month, and then I do a budget report at the end showing you how we did with our actual numbers. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell, because next week I will be sharing our updated net worth with you here on my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.